Hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DIYDreaming. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. On this video, we're gonna do a button project and we're gonna be using some of the amazing mother of pearl buttons that my friend Kathy Onstead sent me. So I'm super excited. I love buttons. There's something about them that just, I mean, if you look at them, I'll wander for a moment and then we'll get back on track. What is so interesting to me is when you look at the back of one of them, there's nothing special, but the front reveals everything. I don't know where I am. So look at this one. That's not too special until you flip it over. So I don't know, I love all vintage buttons, but I especially love vintage mother of pearl buttons. And I love them. Sometimes they come where the woman who clipped them, because most of the time people would, when their clothes were too worn that they couldn't use them anymore, they would clip the buttons off and save them for a future project. And sometimes they even still leave the thread on them. Or you'll get a couple that are still tied together. I know I'm a little ways away with an old piece of thread. So I just love them. So thank you, Kathy. That was, she sent a box. I had no idea what was in it. And the whole entire box was filled with buttons. They weren't all mother of pearl. There was a huge variety, but those were the ones that I was most excited about. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a pillow project. I've already started one, but I'm gonna show you start to finish how we do this. And okay, so I love the pillows that Magnolia Design Company has. I just don't happen to have any right now because I've done so many pillow projects just in the last little bit. So I'm using one that is not as good, but it works for me to do this project today. It's from Walmart. It's Styled Pillowcase Basics. This is a 18 by 18 inch pillow sleeve, and it's just a good neutral color. Now I probably should have ironed it before I'm going to stencil it, but I didn't get around to that. So these are around $5. I've already done one that's a different style, but for right now, we're gonna do this one. This is a Magnolia Design Company stencil, if you're wondering. My website is magnoliadiy.com. I forgot to get links, dang. Anyways, they're green, they're reusable, they're a little bit stretchy, they're mesh, they're adhesive. They're super nice to work with. And for this project, we're just gonna do the wreath. There is a beautiful stencil that I've ordered, and I really wish I had it for this project. It's called Queen Bee, and it has this gorgeous garland around a bee in the center, and I think that would be just the most ideal for this project. But I'm using what I have, and I don't have that one yet, so I'm just using the wreath, and then when it's all dry, I will heat set it and we'll build it out with buttons. So let me show you. I just want to get my stencil adhered down really good, and when your fabric is a little wrinkled like this pillow is, that is a little bit of a challenge. I really should have ironed it. I was thinking it wouldn't matter because I'm only doing this outside part, but okay, so, and most of the time I'm completely boring and I like more muted neutral colors. So I'm gonna do this one in gold and silver ink. But you could do it in whatever color, and you don't have to use these mother of pearl buttons. You could do some bright colored buttons. It's totally up to you. All right, so what did I want to tell you? I know there was something. So we're not using the whole stencil. We're not putting the Hello Spring in the center. And we're just using this awesome ink from Magnolia, which should be back in stock next week if you're waiting, hopefully. It's for fabric and for, oh, this one isn't opened. I thought I had one that was opened. Well, I'll show you how to open a brand new tub of ink. It's for fabric and ceramics, and you can make anything on fabric or ceramics or glass permanent just by heat setting it. So with fabric, you would use a hot iron after it's dry. With ceramics or glass, you do that in the oven. Okay, so how do I open a brand new pot of either chalk paste or ink? Well, okay, the inks always come with a white lid, just in case you're wondering. And the ink and the chalk paste from Magnolia, they always have this little silver, wait. No, it hasn't been opened. Silver foil on the top that keeps everything fresh and moist and good for you. So I usually just stick one of these little stir sticks right in and run it around the edge. And then I'll just pull off the top. And I will come back and put all this goodness in my jar later when I'm not live trying to do something here. Okay, so I'm going to stir up my little pot of silver ink, and I'm going to take and do a few little blobs here and there just on my wreath part. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my gold, my pot of gold. This stuff is so pretty. I always seem to put too much on. Okay, and then I'm just taking a small squeegee and I'm just going to swirly do them all together so that we have a mix of colors. Trying not to go into the center because I don't want that on there. I just want the outside wreath. This is so easy. And it's, I'll show you up close what it looks like. It is really pretty, the effect that you get when you mix colors. So now I'm going to take all the excess off. And if you had a separate pot, you could put that back into a separate pot. But I want my colors to remain pure, so I wouldn't put this mixed up ink back into the pots that, you know, are solid, either solid gold or silver. Okay, and I think I've gotten everything. But, you know, for this project, we're going to be adding buttons, so it probably won't matter if it's not perfect. I mean, it won't matter for me anyways, because I'm not a perfectionist. I am always telling myself and other people that homemade things have boo-boos. They just do. They have little mistakes. So if I make a mistake, I'm like, that's okay. This is homemade. If I wanted it to be 100% perfect, then I need to buy something that is made by a machine. Here we go. It's really pretty. It's going to be so pretty with the buttons on it. Okay, do I have enough water in here to get this under? Not a lot. I'm just talking to myself here. My little tub has a very small amount of water in it. Okay, so this is just what we'll be building our button wreath on. And can you see how the color changes from gold to silver to gold to silver? If I wanted, I could come back and do another wreath, and I may do that, a slightly off center in just silver, and then do another one slightly off the other direction in just gold to make this wreath a little more substantial. Okay, so now I'm I'm going to show you the one that I made in advance. And I did actually iron this before I stenciled it. And also I heat set it with a hot iron after it was dry. This I made with my new retro flower stencil, which is awesome. This is so cute. This reminds me of some bell bottoms I had when I was about 10 years old. They had the big flare out the side, and it had like these retro flowers on them in pink and lime green and purple and bright yellow. Anyways, so this is cool. I love, love, love these all over patterns. So I just used the gold ink for this one. All right. And now we're going to start with the buttons. And you know what? I'm going to cover up my lights just a little bit because I feel like it's so bright in here that, I don't know if this will help. Maybe tone it down just a smidge. I don't know. Is it a little less bright? You liked my 2-tier galvanized tray in my kitchen. Thank you, Susie. I'm not, I haven't done those a lot, so I'm not super comfortable with building those, you know, displays in a 2-tiered stand. But I wanted to do something and show you guys before Easter was over with all my orange stuff. Okay, so my thought with this right here is to start out by putting the larger buttons over the centers of the bigger flower shapes. And then we'll move down from there. And I'm gonna put the prettiest buttons, because they're all different, but some of them are definitely prettier. And some of them have more of a goldish tone. I'm gonna put the prettiest ones more towards the center. Ooh, this one's really pretty. So I'm just looking for my biggest flowers. And this is just a small amount of the buttons that I have, so you can certainly find some more. They do need to be flat though. That one's a pretty color. Okay, and I am just going to use some good hot glue to attach mine. I might possibly come back and run a needle and thread through the centers. We don't have any little children. This is the lawyer in me. I was a lawyer before I was a stay-at-home mom. This is a legal warning. I always think about these things because you hear the worst stories. So if you have little ones at home that like to put stuff in their mouth, or if you have pets that like to get up on your sofa or your bed and chew things up and might eat a button, then definitely sew these on. But if you're like me, we're almost empty nesters and our dogs don't get on the furniture. And there's no little ones here that might pull a button off of a pillow and put it in their mouth. I'll be good with hot glue. But you might want to do this project with a sewing needle, just to be 100% certain that, you know, no little child or grandchild or, you know, niece or nephew would come over and pull off a button and then choke on it. Okay, so let's just start. This is one of those projects where I have absolutely no idea where I'm going. We're just gonna start. And I think, let me put this down a little bit further. You should be able to swipe those comments away if they are bothering you. Which way do I need to come? This is better. Okay. You can see part of my head. Let's go up just a little bit higher and then down. This is such a, I really wish I had a cameraman here to help me. Okay. I think I'll sit down. Okay, so I'm working with my low temperature hot glue gun. This is a Surebonder Cool Shot. I feel like it's a little bit cooler than even a regular cool temperature hot glue gun. And, sorry, it makes me dizzy when I'm leaning to one side. So I'm just gonna put a teeny tiny little dot on the back of each button, and we're just gonna start building. And you know what, here's the thing. If I hate this, then I will one by one pull every button off. They'll be fine. And I will have, you know, messed up a $5 pillow cover. So it won't be, this is the prettiest one. I'm gonna put this one here. It wouldn't be a huge loss if I didn't like it. So, and I'm figuring this out as we're going along. I don't think it's important that your little eyes be all perpendicular or straight up and down. I like them winky wonky. So, and I also don't think it's super important that every single button be exactly in the center of the flower. We're gonna have a ton of glue strings when we're done here. Holy moly. Once we get these big ones on, then we'll move on to the next level down. And the big flowers on this pattern, let me hold this up so you guys can see. Oh wow, there's a lot of glue strings. The big flowers that I'm doing first are these ones that look like this. And then we'll move down to the next size, which would be this. Okay? So you could do this project. It would be cute. I made the same pillow. Let me show you this, and I'll share this idea. Because this would be, if you don't have access to any vintage buttons, this is the exact same deal here, except it's brown. It's brown ink, and I am just thinking I could use these little brown buttons that I got from Walmart for about $8. And I could totally make this project that way. And I bet you it would be darling. So there's ways to do this even if you don't have vintage buttons. I don't think that's the most important thing. Okay. The other thing that might be kind of cute would be to have put the stencil on like in a diamond shape. That would be cute too. But I didn't think about that. So this is perfectly square. And these are a little bit lined up, but that's okay. We're gonna mix it up with the next level of buttons. Just looking to see what are my other big buttons. So how is everyone doing? Are you guys having a good day? It is, oh my word, it is rainy and depressing in Georgia today. And I have that thing, I think, called seasonal affective disorder, where I just need sunshine. I don't do good in really dark, cloudy weather. And so It does kind of bring my mood down a little bit when it's crummy weather like this. Okay, we'll go with this. Okay, I think I have all of the biggest flowers covered. There's 4 more right here, but they're at the end, so I'm not gonna fiddle with those right now. Let's move on to the next size then, and let's grab some medium-sized buttons. And I don't know if this is boring to watch me do this, or maybe if you have nothing else to do, this will be entertaining. I don't know. I do kind of like to watch other crafters do stuff. So hopefully you do too. Okay, that should get us started. So, and I'm so far away from the camera that I can't see your comments right now. Oh, I do see that somebody gave me stars. Thank you. Those are so fun. And Amy says not boring. I don't know what Hilda said, but anyways, okay, so let's just start. I would say the next flower down is gonna be these ones right here. I'm gonna be about out of buttons when I'm done with this project. I'll pick this up in just a second and show you where we are. I think when it's going to be really fun is once we get to the point where we're just randomly putting buttons on. This is going to be really cool. And it's going to look great on my new sofa. Did you guys see the video that I just did where I basically showed you my house, my Easter decor, my new sofa. I think it's gonna look great on that. I'm gonna have to go see my button lady again soon. Okay, so let's mix it up now a little bit, and let's do little ones, even on bigger flowers. Okay, so I'm just pulling out some little buttons. Maybe not the absolute smallest ones, but on the smaller side. Okay. So let's start and do smaller ones on these flowers right here. Wait, is that mother of pearl? Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, I have a whole pile of buttons hiding right here. I did not realize those were there. So the thing that started me on this idea was I saw two pictures on Pinterest. One was of a beautiful button wreath that was made on a canvas and framed, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Then I saw pictures of a flower that was built out with buttons on a canvas and it was framed, and I thought, oh my word, we have that awesome, Magnolia has that awesome sunflower stencil. It's called When You Can't Find the Sunshine, Be the Sunshine. And I was thinking that that would be darling. So that is what started me thinking about this, and that may be something that I'll have to do in the future. I'm gonna need some more buttons. More mother of pearl buttons anyways. This is starting to take shape and it looks pretty cute. Okay, so this is where we are right now. Ignore all the glue strings. And it's gonna look different once it's stuffed. So now I think what we need to do is build up like an imaginary kind of a flower in the center, a big pile of buttons, and then we need to do some random. Because I think that it looks just a little too planned at this stage to just keep doing them exactly in the center of the little flowers, if that makes any sense. So let's get some of these bigger ones. Dig for a second. Ooh, I also received some of these little buttons, which we're not going to use for this project, but these are made out of carved bone. And it's not human bone, in case you're wondering, but they're really pretty. I like the stuff that you can tell it came from nature. That is just what appeals to me the most, rather than, you know, things that are fabricated by humans. These were fabricated, but they started out as, you know, an original. Okay, we'll say that's enough. So let's just look and see what it would look like to do a big kind of a clump of buttons here in the center. Okay, I don't like that idea. Maybe I just need to completely randomly put them on now. What do you guys think? What should I do? Let me stand up and come closer. Tell me what you guys think. Should I continue using the pattern from this stencil? It's gonna look different when it's stuffed for sure. Or should I, randomly is what Victoria says. What do you guys think? Somebody's saying maybe Heidi will do that. I don't know what that was. Okay. And Verlene says random. Melissa says random. Nancy says random. Okay, let's do that. Let's do random. Okay, I can do random. Let's see. So some of them I'm putting close to other buttons, and others I will space out. And I'm going to put just some more big ones on, and then we'll add some more small ones. Just looking to see, where does it look a little bit empty? Ooh, and I have some really pretty buttons. Let's add a few of these. That's really pretty. If you're bored, feel free to, and you're watching this on replay, I always worry about people being bored. It won't hurt my feelings at all if you fast forward and look at the end result. You don't have to watch this whole entire thing of me gluing down a bazillion buttons. Or you can wash the dishes or something while you're doing this, so you can get something accomplished. So this is definitely a project that you would want to do with a low temperature hot glue gun, because sometimes the glue pokes up through the little holes in the button, and it could probably really burn you if you were using a hot temperature. Okay, let me hold this up and you guys tell me what you think. Should I keep going? Should I stop? Is there something you think that I should add? What do you think now? I'm kind of wondering, oops, darn, I didn't get that down good. If maybe I should use some of the vintage lace that I have. Get this back on here. Around the edge of it, where did that go? Where is that button that fell off? Oh, darn. Well, I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Let me grab some of that lace and you can tell me what you think. I don't know if I have enough to go all the way around. Let's see. Looking. Well, I have this piece, but that's not going to take us all the way around. Yeah, I don't have enough. What do you guys think? What should I do? I'm stumped. Do you like it like this? Do you think it looks good the way it looks high end the way it is now? Really? Okay, well, maybe what I will do is I'm gonna play with it a little bit, and then I'll put a pillow in it, and then I'll see how it looks. I do think that when we do the wreath, that will be a lot easier because you have something to follow. But anyways, and I may want to come back and sew just a quick bit of each one on. I'm just not sure what to expect. But I just wanted to share these beautiful buttons that Kathy sent to me and do a project that was kind of different. And that would go in my own house on my new sofa, or it could go upstairs in my bedroom. That'd be pretty too. So if you have questions, if you want to know about this stencil, which is called Retro Pattern, or the spring stencil or anything else, ask me in the comments and I'll get you some answers. If you just want to look at my website, no pressure. The address is magnoliadiy.com. All smushed together. So magnoliadiy.com. So let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to sprinkle this to your social media if you have friends that love buttons. If you want to make sure that you see what I have coming up next, you can do a this or a this. That's a heart. Or check to make sure up here that you've liked and followed DIY Dreaming. And yeah, I'm gonna hop off now. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I'll get pictures. I'm gonna fiddle around the rest of the afternoon probably. And I'll show you what I end up with. And I hope that you guys will like it. Okay, have a great rest of your day. See you later.